Hello guys, this is Good Like, and it's time for another exciting episode of Replies to Comments and stuff. Mostly comments. Sometimes we will go into other stuff, which is not comments, like videos. Not today. Today, probably not. So, the first comment is by Babachubchub of all people, which goes along the lines of, for in the past, with teary eyes, followed by pmsl. Now, at first I didn't know what to think of this, because I didn't understand what the hell does that mean, but basically it stands for Prince-Mont Swim League. Now, I don't understand why, Babachubchub decided to mention Prince-Mont Swim League. I don't know, let's see. It's some kind of a league of swimming, I would assume. Let's see if they have an interesting, like, webpage that explains what are they. I don't think they do. I think they assume that, you know, when someone knows what pmsl stands for, you know what it stands for. You don't need an explanation about what the hell is Prince-Mont Swim League. I mean, it's really odd, because I would have expected something more coherent out of Babachubchub. He's a pretty wordy fellow, if you remember correctly. Looking at his videos, he's been, as always, promoting freedom loads of arbitrary stuff. Which is, well, not the best thing to do, I would say. Really not the best thing to do on YouTube. Like, it goes right behind the copying literal copyrighted content verbatim. The next step would be telling people how to copy copyrighted content verbatim. I think, yeah, a little bit of a silly thing to do. Because most of his videos like, oh, how to do this for free, where this is something that is not free. Like, how to get Steam games for free. It's kind of strange. Oh well, some people should report this guy for, like, you know, I don't know. Does YouTube have a button, like, for this kind of stuff? They probably don't. Let's see if they do, for the sake of argument. Well, I mean, figure it out. Oh shit, I clicked on the comment section. God damn it. Google Plus. Alright, where's the report button? Report button. Can't find a report button. That can't be right. It must be my... let's try it on Google Chrome. I don't have any like add-ons there, so I'll have a better view of the situation. There we go. We can report this shit. So you can report this shit for sexual content, for violent or repulsive content, hateful or abusive content, harmful, dangerous acts, child abuse, spam or misleading, infringes my rights, or captions issue. For some reason, every single one of these is explained. Even though I would say they're most obvious ones, like, you know, child abuse. Like, what could it possibly be? You can imagine what it is. But what the hell would be a captions issue? I don't fucking know. I don't know. Interestingly enough, it doesn't seem like any of these are actually copyright problems. Like, there's no saying, oh, this is a copyrighted work. I mean, you could, like, say infringes my right, but that's really not, it's not your rights that infringes. So, I mean, as usual, YouTube is not very good at being YouTube. Shock surprise. We'll let you off the hook for now, Babachubchub, you and your strange and weird practices that you have. Yeah. Matt James says, How are you without a vehicle? With a helicopter chasing you? Could have hijacked it. Okay, so when I saw this comment, which was like a week ago, I'm all like, yeah, I know this. And now I'm like, you know, it's a week later. Yesterday was a terrible day. I fucking was super tired. Didn't get much sleep tonight. So, my explanation may be less than satisfactory. I would postpone this, but my schedule is going to be all over the place, so I need to answer these comments now while I know that I have the free time to actually answer them. Like, for example, like tomorrow or later, I might not have time for this until like the weekend. I don't want to wait until the weekend. Fuck that shit. We're doing this now. Probably not going to release the video now. That's very unlikely, but not impossible. There's still, what, 8 to 10 hours to my usual release times, so it might come out today, guys. You might be hearing what I said today in the morning-ish. It's kind of middle of the day, but whatever. Focusing on the question. So, okay, the way I remember it, and I rewatched the video, so not right now, but a week ago, so my memory's decent. The way it went down is that you have these drugs you have to collect, or chemicals, sorry, not really drugs, and these chemicals supposedly need to be cooled, right? So in my head, since they explicitly said you should keep them on ice, I thought in my head, oh, if I get into a vehicle, this vehicle, due to being a vehicle, will produce heat, and I will actually fail the mission if I get, you know, in a vehicle. So the point wasn't that I didn't have a vehicle. I thought that you couldn't actually do the mission with a vehicle because you would fail it, because the chemicals would not be on ice. You'd be in a vehicle, which is, you know, different than just walking on ice. And there's a lot of ice in that area, and I was walking over ice when they said that, so I thought, yeah, I have to follow this like icy thing. But then obviously I started to get shot down by a helicopter, so I had no choice but just go through the snow. So, you know, I'm just running through these fields, and I'm all like, well, okay, I guess I won't take a vehicle then, because I don't want these things to evaporate. I want to complete the mission. Well, little did I know that the actual way this works is that once you get a certain distance away from the, what's it called, objective, I guess, or maybe from the area where you pick it up, you get just a straight up timer, and it doesn't matter what you use. I mean, obviously I figured out it pretty much on the first try. I figured it out. I just continued going because, I don't know, like, I wanted to see if it was possible, even though it seemed impossible. I wanted to just see, maybe I was right. Maybe you are supposed to do this. Maybe, you know, I will hit a patch of ground and my timer will reset or something. I don't know. I didn't know this because obviously I've never done that mission before. So I put my hopes in that I understood it correctly the first time, that you can't use vehicles, because if you do that, they'll just completely evaporate, because the vehicles will be heated. Like, they're burning fuel, right? They're moving about. They're releasing heat, a lot more than just like a person walking. So yeah, that was my thought. Again, it's not that I thought I need a vehicle and I don't have one, it's that I thought you're not supposed to take a vehicle because you will instantly fail the mission. And it was mostly the wording that confused me. Like, if it was worded a little bit differently, I probably wouldn't have made that assumption, but because, like they said, you need to stay on ice, I completely, like, thought that's how you gotta do it. You have to get, like, as far as you can on ice, and then once you get off the ice, you'll get, like, a timer, and then you have to escape through the area. And, yeah, maybe then you can use vehicles or something, like, but up to that point, you can't be in a vehicle. I mean, it's so stupid. Obviously, the mission doesn't work that way, and, you know, in the second try, I just summoned a vehicle and completed it trivially, but that's the point, you know. I overthought it a little bit, I suppose. It's the correct way to do it, which is fine. I mean, I don't think that I took all that much extra time for it. You know, I just failed once. If I kept trying, you know, after that, that would have been pretty fucking stupid, yes. But I figured it out that one, you know, that my assumptions were wrong. So I'm fairly satisfied with the way it went down. I hope this explains what happened there. Matt James says, you see arrows above the road telling you where to go if you have set a waypoint and you are driving in a car. P.S. I can appreciate the beauty of landing a plane, but it's not practical in Just Cause unless you have a suitable landing spot. That's interesting. I mean, if I ever reinstall Just Cause 2, which is not very likely that I would, I've had my fill of it. I mean, yeah, I would just go to greener pastures and maybe try Just Cause 3 next, or something. But, yeah, I would check that out, I guess. Again, I don't think it would have been all that useful in the grand scheme of things, because ultimately I probably would have just been using mostly aircraft vehicles towards the end, and at the start, like, yeah, I guess at the start it would have been nice. It's not all that important, I don't think. It's a feature I don't think that would have made any difference in the grand scheme of things, like I mentioned before. But okay, I'll see. Maybe the feature will be in Just Cause 3 whenever I get to play that, and now I'll know. Here you can set a waypoint or something. And the thing about landing a plane, that's the point, Matt James. The point is that there is no suitable landing spot, and that's why it's beautiful. Any asshole can land a plane on a normal landing place, but land it in the middle of the woods. Now that requires some serious art. Let's call it that way. Yeah, you're talking about, like, practicality. Who cares about practicality? It's not like you're flying a real plane in real life. Nobody gives a shit how practical it is. It's part of a game, so you might as well make the most of it, right? That's the way I see it. Pemtaphalon says, I missed that voice. This was pretty confusing, because there's only two voices in that video. It's my voice, which he can't possibly miss because I release videos on a constant basis. So if you just wanted to hear my voice, it's like you can just listen to it. And also there's videos on YouTube of my voice, so that doesn't make sense. Then I thought maybe he was referring to Starysky guy, right? That guy, the kid in the video. But, I mean, he doesn't fucking know that guy, I don't think. Unless he also got, like, messages, and then he went into his channel, and he saw his videos, and was all like, whatever. And then, you know, now, years later, he comes back and like, oh, I missed that once. But I find that really unlikely. Yeah, but then I realized there was a third voice in the video, and that was the voice of reason. There we go. So I think what Pemtaphalon is missing here is the voice of reason. Not a lot of people are reasonable these days, according to Pemtaphalon, or at least in his circles, which is not impossible. All I can say is that, you know, if you want more voice of reason, you're gonna have to go look for it, because that shit, it's not available everywhere. It's available here. You can listen to my voice of reason. It's pretty reasonable and voicey. So there we go. Matt James says, I hated the game too when I did this mission. Ridiculously hard even on lower difficulties. So this is the penultimate mission. I mean, the only really hard part was the very end, and I don't know, honestly, the only reason I even had like a lot of difficulties is because I had to learn how to hijack a helicopter with multiple people in it. Like, that was the difficult part. Once I figured that out, it was like, okay. I wonder if it comes off when I'm playing Just Cause, like, yeah, I hate this shit. Or, you know, something. I don't know. Usually it's mildly annoying, but, I just tend to not hold back when I'm doing Let's Plays, you know? Like in a normal life situation, I would be like, whatever, I don't give a crap. But in a Let's Play, I just don't give a crap about not giving a crap. That's how much not giving a crap I am. And then, you know, I may appear hateful of something. The only real hateful things are like, you know, Dark Souls 2. That's the thing I can get behind, like actually hating for being terrible in every way, shape, and form. But most of the other games or whatever that I play, I don't really hate. I do think that they could be better places, but overall, I don't think like that this mission was bad in some way. Like, I mean, it's penultimate mission. It sort of earned the right to be somewhat difficult. Like, you know, it sets up a pretty nice challenge. It's just that I just wish it wasn't fucking based on a quick time event. Like, that mission would be so much better if you just didn't have to do the quick time, if you just had to get to the middle and press the button and then run away. And, yeah, that would just make it so much better. Like, it would be a lot easier, but it would be less annoying as well. Like, because really the whole pressing... Or if you could press buttons while under fire, that would also fix the issue. The problem is that the way the events work is that if you start it, you can easily get interrupted by literally anybody, like just fucking shouting at you. Someone shouts at you, you get fucking interrupted in this fucking game sometimes. And it's just not very good. That means that you have to literally destroy every single moving target before you proceed, and that's like literally the opposite of how it should be. And it's not like you can, like, you know, just kill some of them and then hide because it's in the middle of a place. Maybe again, if it was like in a house, like in a room, like there would be obstacles, maybe even destructible obstacles, so you can like take forever. Just many ways that you can make it more interesting because you create additional ways that it can be beat that rely on timing and, you know, expertise of the gameplay. Like, if it's like a destructible box and stuff, you have to get there, not get it destroyed in the process, finish the quick time event, which it's not too hard, but it still takes some time, in, you know, a short amount of time before like somebody blows it up, and then walk away. Alternatively, you could do the same thing you do now, where there is no box and you have to do it, you know, kill everything. But the point would be that you would have like two options. You can go the kill everything and then just trivially press the buttons way, or you could go badass, jump in there, get around the corner, fucking click the buttons quickly, have it explode, you just jump out of the explosion, and then you pass through the level, ignoring all the mobs on the way. Options. Give options. And when you don't give options, just missions become just annoying, because yeah, you have to do this very specific thing, and then, you know, it's either trivial or it's annoying. Don't hate it, it could be better, but I think the difficulty isn't crazy considering it's the last. I mean, it's effectively the last mission. Technically, it's the penultimate mission, but the next mission starts immediately after. I don't know if you can quit the last mission and not have it, like, you know, restart the previous one. You probably can. But still. Moving on. James Williams says, "Stop being such a hating asshole, Starysky. Just said he likes your vids and recommended you to watch his vids. And you could have said it more politely to him. I'm one of his friends, you know, and you have to stop hating on him or I will fucking destroy you 1v1 IRL, little scrub." So this is in response to my replies to comments to Starysky951, where I decided, yeah, you know what I'll do, I'll just look at this video. And this is just hilarious for me. Like, a bunch of people actually came to that video and fucking disliked it and commented it, and it's like the most popular replies to comments video ever. It's got like almost 50 views. That's more than 5 times. It's more like the average. So that's pretty nice. Just to make it clear, because there might be people who are genuinely confused. Not this stupid asshole that doesn't get it. Anyway, but there might be, you know, people who are genuinely confused and who think maybe, you know, oh yeah, this guy fucking, like, makes fun of this son of a bitch. Like, he hates him. Like, I hate this motherfucker. 12-year-old piece of shit that's making videos on YouTube and commenting. Nah, I don't hate the guy. I don't think I've really hated a person for a very long time now. Like, genuinely, I couldn't remember, like, a time where I hated a person because, I don't know, maybe I'm just the kind of person who thinks, it's less about the person being X and about the person being X right now. Like, you know, people change and all that crap. I find it hard to hate something that is transient. Like, it's not gonna be here anymore, eventually. Like, this person is not gonna be the same person, like, a few years later. Why the fuck would I hate him? He'll probably forget everything about this. Like, why would I hate this James Williams guy? Not only he commented and disliked my video, which is great, he, like, he's probably already forgotten about me. Doesn't give a shit. Doesn't remember this. Maybe it's roughly on his mind, you know, like, yeah, maybe he's, like, there and stuff, but he doesn't really care. He's got other things to do. He's got other people to comment and dislike on. So why would I hate him? Like, there's no point. He's already moved on beyond the situation. And, even if, you know, he had done something hateful, like, why should I care? I don't. So there you go. Yeah, but again, to clarify, I don't hate Starysky. I'm genuinely interested in the prospect of, you know, like, someone coming to me and asking to make videos together. Even if that someone is like, I don't know, 12 years old, I don't care. I'd probably suck just as much with a 12-year-old as I would suck with a 24-year-old or 48-year-old in a, you know, collaboration video. That wouldn't make any difference. And the reason I'm not saying it politely is because this is my YouTube channel, and on my YouTube channel, as I've said, I do not hold back. I do not pretend stuff. There's some very, very few exceptions, and they usually have to do with straight up laws or, you know, YouTube guidelines. Like, I'm not gonna break the YouTube guidelines, not because, you know, I adhere to them, but because doing so would just get me banned from YouTube. So, it's not a very meaningful way of doing things, so I might as well not break them. Same thing with laws. You know, if I break a law, I suffer greatly. Suffer greatly! As a Morrowind, whatever, Dark Elf female NPC say. Yeah. I remember that shit. Neither the laws nor the YouTube guidelines specify that I have to be polite. So, there's a 50-50% chance that I'll be polite or not. So yes, you're right, I could have said it politely, but it just happened to be that 50% chance where I decided, no, I won't be polite, because it's probably mostly influenced by other people, you know. In general, like, for example, when I watch videos like None-Peace 9 released recently, which is, in my opinion, the best one so far. It's a fucking masterpiece. Out of all the ones, I think the only one that comes close is the non-canon 5-7 episode, which is a close second. Then there's some others, but like the 9th one is just like the creme brulee of None-Peace. It's an abridged series if you don't know. Ain't nobody polite in that fucking show, so when I watch that fucking show, I just don't feel polite. I feel like saying motherfucker and piece of shit. And I will. Because I want to. And I can. So I will. So, you don't have to try to destroy me. I mean, like, I don't hate him, so I can't stop hating on him if I'm not hating on him. It's impossible. So, yeah. And also, I would just kick your ass. Almost certainly. Why? Because you would have assaulted me first, and then I would have used self-defense, and I would have been pretty brutal. I don't fucking know martial arts. I could fucking, I don't know, like, break you or something. But that's the thing. You think that the people who know martial arts would be the more dangerous ones, but you're wrong. Because people who know martial arts, they know how to beat you up. But they also know how not to beat you up, and how to beat you up just a little. Because that's what they do, they practice the beating up a little part. I haven't practiced that shit. If I fucking went into a brawl, it would just be a complete chaos. And God knows what would happen. I don't know how to beat you up just a little, so I just do my best, and it could end up like literally as a massacre. I don't fucking know. So it's a good thing that you don't need to attempt this. It's a very good thing for everyone involved. Plus, for assaulting me, you'd probably face, like, you know, criminal charges, assault and battery, you know. It'd just be pretty terrible overall. I don't know why we wouldn't consider such a thing. This actually reminded me of two stories. Again, I don't know why these people keep reminding me of stories. But, well, one of them is more a story, the other one is like more of like a thing. So, let's start with the thing, I guess. When I was a little boy, I would frequent my grandma's town. My grandma's town is like a smaller town than the one I used to be at. And the one I used to be at is even smaller than the one I am right now. That's irrelevant, but the point is it was a small town. And it had a few places where you could go and play video games and shit if you paid money for the people that owned the hardware. It's really a terrible model. I think, you know, if you saved up all the money that you've spent on them over the time, you could have just, like, bought one yourself. But you just couldn't stop because it was cool to play games and shit. So I played games. That's where I learned of all the games and all the other stuff. And for some reason, these people there, which were also other kids mostly, had this idea that I was like some kind of a badass. Not always, mind you. They would like be really picky from what I remember. But at some point, something happened, and they kept thinking that I'm a badass for it. Like there was like a rumor that I like beat someone up somewhere. I don't know who, I don't know how, but there was this rumor that I just like stood up to someone or beat someone up or something, and everyone thought I was a badass, and I'm like, okay. It was really, really strange, because I didn't know any of this stuff. My only theory that was the most likely is that I eventually invented time traveling, or someone else did it, and I borrowed their time traveling device, went back in time, and beat the shit out of someone in the past. Well, from the perspective of the person who went back into the past from the future. It would have been the past. For me, it would have been the present at that time, which is now also the past for me right now, who's telling the story. That was the only explanation. Like, it's not like people could mistake me for other people. I'm actually like a really tall person. I'm 2 meters tall, and I've been tall like my entire life. So, and I'm pretty like, you know, I wouldn't say chubby, but I'm not thin. I'm not thin. Let's put it that way. So, how many people can you really imagine that are like 2 meters tall and not thin and wearing glasses and shit that just go around beating up random dudes? Like, there's gotta be a reason for this. Like, did I actually beat someone up and just forget? Did I get like head trauma from that fight or something? Who fucking knows, dude? I don't know, but at the end of the day, the result was that, yeah, people thought I was a badass. Yeah. That's the second thing that I remember. The first thing that I remember was, how one time some asshole tried to rob me. This asshole was like a tiny fucking asshole. He was like, basically like a kid. Like, probably just slightly older and taller than the guy in the videos. And, yeah, the Starysky guy, like, just slightly taller and older. And he tried to pull a trick on me. He's all like, "Give me your stuff or I'll stab you." while holding his hand behind the back, apparently saying, yeah, there's a knife there. Now, like I said, it wasn't that hard to convince me back in the day when I was a little kid, but for some reason I just thought, fuck that shit. I ain't giving you crap. I think what really happened was that I didn't, like, he actually, like, threatened me, but he didn't explicitly say that he's going to, like, stab me or whatever. So I didn't actually realize he's threatening me. That's what happened. Like, I was so, like naive, I guess is the word. More like, you know, carefree, I guess. There's a whole another way to describe it. Like, yeah, this guy's just, like, saying something, he'll do something, and I'm all like, no. So this motherfucker tries to pull off some kung fu shit on my ass. He starts, like, trying to kick me and stuff, but he's, like, so terrible at it. Like, even I could have done better at that time. Because it's like, his leg was, like, at my, like, knee level when he was clear he was trying, like, to kick me somewhere high. So this was so bad. And all I did was I just stepped back and he was like spinning around and trying to kick me and he missed. And then I just walked away or something. And I think someone else was there, so he probably also walked away. I don't remember the specifics all that well, but I was going like to a library, which is kind of far away, because that was like one of those places that had computers that were like ancient but still had video games. It had like shit like King's Quest and stuff, like the original King's Quest on fucking MS-DOS or something. And I like to play those games. It had like the original SimCity, I think. That's how old this shit was. That was like the native environment for those games. That's how old they were. But that was the only place where I could play that shit, so I could occasionally go to the library to play that shit. There's obviously like a massive road, and like this is like in the middle of like this town. It's a small town, so obviously being in the middle of it is not impressive in any way, shape, or form. But there's still like a motherfucking street there, and like there's a cemetery. So you know people are gonna be passing by and stuff. But that was so weird though, like just a random kid that's clearly smaller than me. Like I couldn't tell if he was older or the same age or whatever, but like he was smaller and he tried to threaten me, and that was just terrible. Like it was hilarious. So yeah, really fun stuff. Moving on. Adolf Hitler says, "Leave Stary alone, bitch. Just go ahead and suck your mom's pussy." Again, just with James Williams, I don't hate Adolf Hitler. Like, we've moved on past this. Like, you know, like just because he comes in comments on my videos, why would I hate the guy? He's helping out. Why would I hate him? I just see no reason to hate him. What really interested me was the suggestion to suck my mom's pussy. It's an interesting suggestion, but the thing is that I'm saving my first pussy sucking for my girlfriend. I can't really, like, give that away. That's just not cool. I feel like my girlfriend would be upset if, you know, my first pussy sucking was of my mom instead of her. You know, if it was like a hypothetical girlfriend, maybe, but it's just not right. I did ask her, and what about the second time? And she said, so I think it's fine. We can arrange something for that after I'm done with the first pussy sucking. So yeah, we'll see about that. I can't put that shit on YouTube, of course, because, like I said, I don't want to break the guidelines. Don't want to break them, don't want to get banned, because that would be pointless. You know, it's just a lot of effort for nothing. But thanks for the idea. Justin Playz420 says, "Are you okay in the head, buddy?" I think I'm fine. Again, like I mentioned in the past, I may have been in a badass fight where I beat the shit out of someone, but they also beat the shit out of me so badly that I lost the memory of it, and only everyone else remembers. But I think I'm fine. I mean, obviously, if I was not fine in the head, I probably wouldn't know. I probably wouldn't know, because how do you diagnose this stuff? Like amnesia? You don't remember that you don't remember. That's the whole point. What else? Insanity? Really, it's all subjective. What's really insane and what's not. What else would be another common? Just not having a head? I have a mirror, I can check that, and I'm pretty sure last time I checked it was on my body, so there's that. Honestly, you'd have to be more specific with what kind of head ailments do you think I could possibly possess, and then I could check for them. But I'm pretty certain that most of them require a third party, or in this case really a second party, to just, you know, look at it. Like, would you know that you're not okay in the head? No, you wouldn't. But I can tell you that I see a lot of symptoms. For example, all these people, like the road, have issues with grammar. Like Adolf Hitler, he doesn't fucking know that you don't have to capitalize every single word in the sentence. Maybe he's just making fun out of, you know, English language, because he's German, so maybe he like writes perfect explicit German with like beautiful just call them kringles, because I don't have a better word to describe what I mean. But when he's writing English, Adolf Hitler doesn't give a crap. He's just gonna write whatever he fucking wants, because it's fucking English. He doesn't give a crap about English. And then this guy, Justin Playz, is like, oh, punctuation? What's that? Never heard of that before. Also shortening you to you. I mean, I'm not against it. I'm just saying that it's something that really hints at the problem that you should go and check out, Justin. I'm not saying you're a moron or you're like crazy, but there's a chance. And I wouldn't want a person who comments on my videos to take unnecessary chances with their health. So I suggest that you go and check out yourself. Just on the off chance there's something wrong with you. Better safe than sorry, am I right? Of course I am. Alright, well, that's it for the comments today. I swear I saw like 8 comments and now it says 7, so maybe some comments got deleted. I mean, I can check in my mail, which shows me basically every message that you make. I get reported on that shit, so there's really no point for you to edit anything. I know what the original message that you wrote was. And I know the messages that you deleted where. I have them in my email, so I have them in fact twice. It's redundancy, motherfuckers. Even if I don't get them once, I'll get them the second time. So there's no winning. There's no winning. I know what you're saying. Like Adolf Hitler suggested that I should drink Clorox. Bleach. Bitch. Clorox, bleach, bitch. Clorox, bleach, bitch. I want specifically the specific thing that he wants. Clorox, bleach, bitch. He is the original Clorox, bleach, bitch. Let's see, who is this? It's some guy without any videos. I can't drink a guy without any videos. That's unfortunate, but there we go. I can't do it. It's impossible. It cannot be done. Alright, so that's it for the comments. I enjoyed them. It's pretty cool. And hopefully we'll get more comments off of this video. Who knows? Alright, thank you guys for watching and see you later.
for Blackwing!